Welcome to another episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Kirk and Jasmine struggle to co-parent. Spice speaks on Black hypocrisy. And Tokyo is focused on her fitness journey. Stay tuned. We dish on that and more.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
AfterBuzz TV. I'm so excited to get started. Oh my God. I'm your host, Miss Conversation Piece. We have quite a show for you today. We're getting into all the juiciness because a lot is going on this episode, and I can't do it without my girl, Anisha. How you doing today?
What's up, you guys? I'm ready to get into this because it is a lot.
I know we're missing Jade today, but she'll be back. Let's get your overall thoughts of this episode because we're on episode 5 now.
Yes. Oh my gosh. This episode, it opened up so many doors, and Spice actually has me intrigued. Like I'm happy with Spice.
You're happy?
Yeah.
I feel like she's pissing a lot of people off. I don't know about it because she's treading on thin ice because it's a cultural difference,
right,
between Americans and Black Americans and Jamaicans. I mean, we're all, Black people, but we have different experiences, and I feel like she's trying to bring her point across, but she's doing it in a way that's just offending people.
I feel like go big or go home, and I feel like she's right. If she would have did it in her regular skin, it wouldn't have got as much attention, and it wouldn't have started this debate. Everybody is debating about it and talking about it. They might be angry, and you're gonna ruffle a few feathers, okay? But I'm happy that the conversation is out because this is real. This really happens. Colorism exists.
Yeah, I definitely think sometimes you have to, make a bold statement. However, I just want the ladies to love their skin they're in. That's the name of the episode, Skin You're In. And I just want everybody to love themselves, whether they're big, light, dark. But there is a health issue, and I think that's kind of where the tension with Tokyo and Sierra and Shakana and Shay, they are having issues because they want to see their friends look good and they want to see themselves look good. And so that's why some of them are going to the surgery table.
Yeah.
But what's too far?
As far as being healthy?
As far as being happy with yourself and loving yourself, flaws and all, we can change things. Like some people get braces. What's the difference between me getting braces and someone getting a boob job? We're both fixing things.
Okay, here's the difference. I mean, I guess it's kind of the same mindset. Like, everyone has something that they want to change. Like, I'm kind of like Cardi B. The minute I get money, I'm fixing these teeth, okay? I'm fixing it. But
I do remember when Cardi B was just the internet sensation before she ended up on TV. I think she ended up on TV with the crooked teeth. And then she fixed them after the first season. But she always would say, I'm never fixing my teeth. I love it. But then as soon as she got $50,000 to fix, because that's about how much it costs to fix it, she did it.
Yeah, I think the difference is, are you doing it for you or for society? And that's where I think it goes too far, where you start listening to other people and start making the changes because you think
that's where
they're
it
not
comes from. Because, I mean, if you look at yourself in the mirror and you have crooked teeth or you have some kind of flaw, the only reason that you want to change it is because society has shown you, to be famous, you have to have a perfect smile, or you need to have perky breasts, or...
Well, sometimes people do it, like, they change their boobs. I've seen it for, like, back issues and, like
that's reduction. That's a reduction.
But they're still fixing it. Whether it's to reduce it, whether it's to make it some type of way, you're still doing it for health issues.
It's health issues versus I want my boobs to look good after I have a baby is very different.
That's true to a certain extent. I guess it feels about how you feel about your own body in your own way. But yeah, at the end of the day, society can get in your head, and it's important to really know yourself, really know what you want, and to actually think this through. Like, some people don't think it through. Like, some people, I think they just go with it.
Yeah, let us know what you think in the live chat and in the comments. What do you think is going too far with changing your appearance just to make yourself happy or society's view of beauty. And I just want to shout out some of our loyal viewers. We have Danielle Stewart, Lisa Morris, Adrian McCullough, Alex Coleman. Thank you so much for commenting and showing us love this episode.
Yes.
And do you have anybody that you want to shout out?
Someone's in particular, she commented on our first episode, Raven Thomas, and it was about Spice.
Oh, what did she say?
Oh my gosh. So she sparked her own
Debate in the comments?
Yes, but it's because she's from Jamaica. So she was commenting on something that we had said when we were saying, well, Spice didn't mean that when she was talking about Black people, like, oh, that you're darker skinned and everything. No, in Jamaica, when you talk about Black people, it directly is for dark skin, not for light skin.
All right.
And
I see that now. That is definitely a difference, and we'll get into all of that. Let's first get into the whole gym. So Tokyo decides to go and take things into her own hands without all the ladies around. She has a sit down with the fitness instructor, and he tells her she needs to do some meal planning. She needs to stop snacking on hot Cheetos and Capri Suns and get some fruit and nuts instead. And she seems to be receptive to him. So do you think his delivery was better than Sierra's? I mean, throwing her food away.
I mean, most definitely. I feel like it's because a trainer knows a person's pace. And I feel like that's what the girls are getting mixed up in. I just want you to be healthy. That's great. Support me. Great. But understand that everybody has their own pace. Like for me, I'm not even dealing with like weight or anything, but I am lazy. Do not get me on that track starting at speed. No, I will have a heart attack. Don't do that to me. I'm kind of like Tokyo. Light on the snack.
Yeah, you have to ease your way in no matter what your size is. You can't just go full force. Yeah. And that's how your body builds endurance. You can't just go in on 10.
And they have workouts like that where you don't have to go full on. They have workouts where you could start off slow and then ease your way to that. And I feel like that's what's coming across negatively.
Well, Tokyo's only 24. She says she's never experienced any health issues, but the trainer says you are not even that old. So you still have a ways to go. And the way that you're eating and not being fit right now is just going to lead to
it catches up to you.
Exactly.
It actually really does. Because I know a lot of people where it caught up to them later on in the end.
Yes.
And they still being hard-headed and want to eat sweets. And I get it because I have a sweet tooth.
Yeah.
So I want to be healthier, but it's hard. And you gotta, if you're gonna be my friend, you gotta understand that it's hard. And she made a couple of good points. If you were under the knife, you can't really relate to someone who's fully going full on force with it without going under the knife. It's a lot more work.
That is true, as well as the fact that she's way bigger, than I think Sierra or Shay Mack were. Like, even if they did go through the whole surgery thing, they weren't ever Tokyo size. So it's definitely a big difference for you, because some people have gone in and got their stomach stapled. It's so many different procedures, it's kind of,
and people got to consider it, but people be like, oh no, you got to do it exactly like how I did it. No, it don't work like that. Everybody's body's different.
Yeah, and I think once you get too far off, it's just hard to bring it back, because those habits, if you start at a young age, you can get a handle on it. You know what I mean? Teach your kids about fitness and about like eating healthy snacks.
Exactly.
Instead of feeding your kids just whatever, just to keep them quiet. You know what I mean? Like some parents give their kids all kind of like cookies and snacks. Like even Shay Mack was saying, oh yeah, he had a lot of candy. So you have to like feed your kids good stuff.
Yes. And Lawrence Falk II, he says dancing is a great form of exercises.
And it's fun. Yeah, I love to like do different little fun workouts, but Shay Mack, she meets up with her baby daddy, Made Man, who is doing his thing in Atlanta. Obviously, he's a rapper. He says he's blowing up. I mean, have we heard him? Okay. Yeah, he wouldn't be on Guess That Bar anytime soon.
Nah, have y'all?
Anybody anybody out there heard of Made Man?
Send his stuff through.
Because he's been super busy. He's not able to be at home. He's not even able to celebrate his birthday with Shay Mack because he's ready to go to Magic City and do a video shoot. She was so excited to like celebrate with him, but he was like, oh, I got to do this. The fellas want to take me out. Like,
that's always a disappointment because you want to celebrate with your bae and he can't celebrate.
And
with
then
you
have to hold the baby down. And I don't know. She could have got a nanny or a babysitter for the day. I don't know.
She could have got anybody. Like family, I believe, could always babysit, but.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard, I guess. But her and Shekinah actually met up after that. After she was very understanding. She was like, you know what, whatever you got to do, go ahead, do what you have to do. I'll just have my girl come over. And so Shekinah just, you know, she wants to know why doesn't she have a nanny? Because she needs help. She needs to be a DJ. She needs to work.
There's a lot of people who don't have nannies for multiple reasons, safety reasons, and I'm probably going to be one of those people who don't get a nanny. And I do believe it's because nowadays you don't know who to trust. People are crazy.
That's true. And Shekinah, she also said she needs to be older because, you know, some of these ladies will be after your man. You know, some of these nannies have taken their boss's man by them living in a house and just, yeah, we've seen that happen a couple times. I think it happened to Jennifer Gardner and Ben Affleck, actually.
Girl, that happened plenty of times. A lot of people. That ain't.
So if you're looking for a nanny, make sure she's 70 and above, okay?
Or if you're like me, grab a family member to watch your kids. I feel like it's safer to get like a family member. You just never know.
Just get you a nanny cam because you just never know. People get frustrated with kids.
Now that I agree with. You gotta watch.
Well, Shay, she's doing her part to help her man Made Man. She talked to Tokyo about doing a song. She agreed. So I feel like she's doing what she can to help support him. And when Shay Mack told him that she was ready to go back and DJ, seems like he was supportive and able to compromise with her. Like, yeah, I'll take care of the baby sometimes. And it's wonderful to see that because a lot of times these guys are just like, no, you need to stay home. Like kind of how Joe Budden was doing with Sin.
Yeah.
You know, now seeing him being supportive, I like that. Because that's the only way it's going to work.
Couple. They honestly do. And it's nice. Get you a man that knows that you got to work, he got to work. Y'all got to make that money together and be the empire couple, okay?
Okay, why did he look like a bald T.I., though?
I'm not about to
I was just looking at
bald T.I.
Because he did. I mean, because he has a little bit of hair, but I was just looking at him. I was like, he kind of resembles T.I.
No.
So the girls, they finally come back together. Tokyo meets with Shekinah, Shay, and Sierra, and they kind of talk about their blow up at Tokyo's house. There. And Sierra's like, I've been put out of better places, and Tokyo gets offended because she's like, my house is fabulous, girl, and you came in throwing my food away. I don't play that. So Tokyo walks out.
Yeah.
Nothing's resolved. There's still tension there. I mean, I think they're going to continue to be friends.
I feel like they were just talking over each other, to be
quite honest. We're not listening.
Yeah, like I feel like someone was trying to explain their side, but I feel like, and we do it a lot with our friends, we like to talk over each other and be the loudest in the group. Yeah. And be like, no, you're going to listen to me.
Well, this is the thing. Shekinah was kind of offended by Tokyo saying the comment about you ladies have gotten surgery, so how are you going to tell me? But they're all, I guess, trying to figure it out in their own way. And do you feel like it's offensive for Tokyo to say that? Or
her delivery was offensive, how she was saying, but that's because she was mad and she was, I think, directing it towards Sierra mainly. But
I think she was speaking truth.
She was speaking truth, but the delivery was, it came across offensive.
I don't know. Surgery is a choice. Yeah. I mean, I guess eating unhealthy is a choice as well. So it's just a catch-22. It's kind of the same thing with this spice hypocrisy issue. Everybody experiences colorism in a different way, depending on the skin tone. She's really trying to get Mimi to see, but Mimi is also trying to get her to see, and she takes her to a museum, the museum for Madam C.J. Walker, who made various strides in the beauty care industry. She made $1 million selling hair care products for women, and she refined the pressing comb, which we've all used.
I've used that 1,000 times. It helped me.
Girl, pressing combs are life. However, Spice is saying that this is a tool used to take away your blackness. I don't agree with that, just due to the fact because I know how hard it is to comb my hair.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm fine with having an afro. I'm fine with picking my afro out and just wearing it. I've done it before. However, there are sometimes I want to comb my hair, and the pressing comb helps.
Yeah.
Is that a good analogy to use for her skin lightening issue?
Not in that particular, because, okay, I'm the same way. When I was a kid, I was very tender-headed. I cried, I moved, I ran away from my mama, okay? I did not like getting my hair combed at all. And the pressing comb, it helped me. I could see what she was trying to say, but I feel like she should have used it for something else. That wasn't, I don't feel like that was the right.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, she's gone to several people for advice. She went to speak to Young Jock and let him know what she was planning on doing. Young Jock gave her some great advice. He said, don't do it unless you've crossed all your T's and dotted all your I's. And,
good advice.
And you're ready for the backlash, because you're definitely going to get backlash. But anything you do where you stand up to the issue at hand, or you have a different stance on something, you're going to get backlash for the most part. So,
I mean, yes, but I don't know. Okay, I get what Jock is saying, because do you want it to be backlash in a positive way where you're sparking up a conversation, or do you want to be backlash of where absolutely nobody gets you and nobody understands you of what you're trying to say, even the dark-skinned people who you're trying to relate to? And that was actually really good advice. If you're going to do it right. Think it through, like how we were just talking about. Think it through.
Right.
Really structure it.
Yeah, because you don't want to be the laughing stock. You want to make a change.
Right.
And so the way that she is delivering it, I don't think people understand. And from Mimi to Rashida to Tokyo, everybody's looking at her on the live stream like, what are you doing? Nobody gets it. And I still don't get it, really, because to me, it seems like she wants to be light-skinned. And it's because she says you're praised where I'm from in Jamaica for being light-skinned. And it's just like we said, for any flaw, if you've been teased about something your whole life, you're going to want to change it. And I feel like she's been teased about being dark-skinned her whole life.
Most definitely. But I feel the opposite way. I feel like it's working. Because as I was looking at their reaction, I'm just like, her plan to spark up that conversation is working. Some, they're mad about it and everything, but if you listen to like what Tokyo was saying, she was talking about like the men and everything and all that stuff. And that's something I can relate to, because, sometimes, y'all, I've heard a guy say like, he was comparing it to bread. He was like, why have burnt toast when you can have Wonder Bread?
Now, I've never heard that. So when did he said this to you, or you just overheard him?
No, he was talking to he was talking to his guys. He wouldn't dare say it to me.
Oh.
That would be a whole nother conversation. They went a whole nother way.
So you've never had anybody say anything directly to you, just overhear stuff?
I've heard stuff directly to me, but it was more like in a joking way. Like a lot of people would joke, be like, oh, like you're darker,
But it never made you want to change.
It made me think about it, not like bleaching my skin. Like I never thought about it that deep, but it was kind of like that thought of, I wonder what it would be like if I was lighter skinned.
Interesting.
What people say, it does make a difference.
Yeah, and like you said, men, they say it in these songs. they say that that's what they really want. But
I'm sorry. Lauren Spock was saying like Oprah loves bread and talking about money.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I'm done with y'all.
But basically, Spice says she's strong enough for the backlash. Even the guy in the museum disagreed with the things that Spice was saying. So I think she just needs to think it through a little more of how the differences in America where she's trying to blow up and the differences in Jamaica have to like come to understanding and for you to be able to speak to the people and get us on your side, because right now people are not on her side.
Not right now, but I feel like now that I know what she's doing, now that I'm in the plan. I wasn't in the plan at first, so I didn't know what she was doing, so it got me wondering. But now that I'm like in the plan, I could see where she's going with it, and I think she has the right mindset. I think she.
You think so? Because everybody's saying they're
doing...
disappointed in her.
They're disappointed because I feel like they think she really wants to be light skin. I don't think she does. But I want to actually give a little shout out to my people and say a little something, something.
You have a message for our people?
I surely do.
All right, so go ahead.
You guys have been great in this live chat. I want to thank you guys for making us the ESPN of TV talk. Now, if you guys could do us a favor and help us grow, keep them comments coming. We love reading it. We would love to shout you guys out. And if you're listening and on iTunes, feel free to give us a 5-star rating. Okay. Yes. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And we love you guys.
Yes, we love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in, leaving comments. That's why we love to shout you guys out, because you are just here to join the conversation with us. We love talking love and hip hop ATL. And another one of my favorite topics is Scrappy and Bam and Mama D and Cece.
Oh,
my favorite family. So Bam is on the brink of having this baby. She put Scrap out because I feel like him and the mom and everybody are giving her too much drama, and she needs to be in peace. She's getting ready to have this baby. So he goes out, he meets with the fellas, and they talk about all the things that are going on right now.
The boy talk.
Right.
Men talk.
And Scrap and Kirk even say that Jock sounds single when he's on air. And he's telling them, Jock is telling them how much he's feeling Kendra and how she has him, you know, a one-woman man. And they can't believe it because they heard him talking about to Carly.
Yes. And that conversation when he was like, it may have overlapped a little bit.
But here's the thing. He's moved on. Carly's moved on. So it's not like, why is he scared that Carly's going to say something when she has her own man to worry about? She can't be getting reckless because what will her man think that she's about to marry?
He would think you still got feelings for...
Of course he would think that. But do you think she's going to even put that out there for her man to say something? Like, inviting him was one thing. Like, they've already talked about it. And she knows that he's not really feeling it, but he's okay with letting her do her thing. So I don't think she would go any further.
I don't think she's going to do anything, but I do obviously feel like she's going to say something, seeing her ex bring another woman to... It's kind of weird. I don't know. The whole thing.
Right. Why is this the way that he has to go public? I don't understand why the girl wants this. I kind of do, because I feel like she wants Carly to know, like, hey, back off, you know, stay over there with your boo. But I don't see a reason because she's about to get married.
I don't know. I'm kind of on Jock's side. It's safer to just not attack.
Yeah, go public in a different way. Maybe bring her to the radio station.
Right.
Or shout her out. Just say, I want to send a shout out to my baby boo,
or
Kendra.
At least ask. Don't surprise me. Like, at least
ask what?
Like, ask Carly. Yeah. Ask Carly before surprise bringing her there.
Oh, because you think Carly doesn't know about Kendra?
I definitely don't think she knows. His boys didn't even know, so Carly definitely don't know.
Okay, stop keeping your boo a secret.
Okay.
Kirk, Jasmine, and Rashida, they're going through it. They're having trouble co-parenting. Unfortunately, Rashida is not feeling Jasmine, and we know why. Kirk is trying to make things right at home, and so there's a disconnect there for them to have communication about Cannon. So it seems that Jasmine is always dropping the baby off to mama, grandma, and Kirk's daughter is always going to pick her up.
Kirk's getting on my nerves.
But he has concerns about the way Jasmine is raising Kenan. However, he's not there.
And that's fine that you have concerns. Why are you going behind her back to talk about her kid? And then you weren't even there.
Well, here's the thing. Rashida didn't know Jasmine was there because, of course, Kirk told her Jasmine wasn't going to be there. He's going to go talk to the mom and grandma. But, of course, when he set the meeting up, they're going to call Jasmine and say, hey, he's coming over. And that's exactly what happened. Jasmine shows up. And he wasn't expecting it, and he still didn't tell Rashida because when she sat and met up with
she didn't know nothing.
Mimi, she was like, oh yeah, Jasmine wasn't there, but she was. And I think the whole point is Rashida doesn't want him in contact with Jasmine. And I see why, because they have some sexual chemistry. And you don't want your man to fall into temptation because one day he might pick up the baby and you never know what could go down.
Either way, you got to understand they have a kid. The reality is they got a kid together.
So why is it not okay for the daughter to pick up the baby?
I'm not saying that that's not okay.
But that's the problem that Jasmine has. She's saying that, oh, your daughter's always picking him up and you're talking about me partying and it only happened once.
I don't think that's her problem. I think the problem is that Kirk's never there.
No, they said, why don't you have a direct contact to Kirk? You know, they want her to have Kirk's number if the designated person is Kirk's daughter, as long as you have a direct number to her, she can pick him up in emergency. She can, pick him up to babysit. She can do whatever is needed, and you don't have to directly contact Kirk because that's going to put a strain on his marriage. I mean, what does she expect having a baby with a married man? He doesn't want to talk to you. Rashida doesn't want him to talk to you. It's not going to be
They could still have a conversation as long as they keep it strict and make the rules. The only thing we're going to talk about is about Cannon. If it's not about Cannon,
but then
that's it. We have nothing to talk about.
Those lonely nights, those nights he's mad at Rashida, and it just will turn into something else, I feel like. Especially with the baby being young. Because I remember last season when they met about the lawyer and about go ahead and getting the child support, they were still giving each other googly eyes. And the only reason he's mad is because she went public and told his business on Love and Hip Hop. If she would have stayed in the shadows, he would still be messing with this girl. So
he got caught.
Exactly. So why would Rashida want her man talking to him, and why would Rashida want to talk to her? I don't think Rashida wants to be on the phone with her, and she's pressed to talk to Rashida.
No woman wants to, okay, I understand Rashida's point of view, okay? I understand she doesn't want them to be involved like that, but at the end of the day, the fact is they still got a kid together, and they have to communicate about the kid.
So you think she should have Kirk's number and not his daughter? No.
Yeah. And then they should lay down the rules. If it's not about Cannon, we got nothing to talk about.
All right, you guys out there in the comment section, please let us know, how should Kirk and Rashida handle this situation? Should they allow Kirk to talk to Jasmine directly? I don't think so. I think they need to have a mediator until he's a little older, because, he's talking about her parenting. She's saying that Rashida's in his ear, but she's young. She wants to party.
Yeah, and let us know also what you think about the pull-ups.
Yeah.
Because he said
he's 2 years old. Cannon's 2 years old.
Is
What's the age that pull-ups should be taken away?
They make pull-ups for 2-year-olds.
Right.
Specifically
2 to 4, I think.
Yeah, for practicing, going to the bathroom and everything. I feel like as long as they're not wearing diapers,
yeah,
I feel like they're fine. I feel like it's practice.
Rashida's had at least about 7 kids, so I'm sure she's a little more experienced. You can't get on Jasmine too much. Her mom, they're caring for him. It's not like he's, malnourished or left abandoned. They're taking care of him. It might be the grandma, but somebody's there.
And sometimes it don't matter how old you are. Sometimes a mama just want to get out, okay? My parents, they want to have date night. They tired of us.
I don't know. She does need a chance to get out and experience her life, but she also needs to take care of her responsibilities and not leave it to her mom and grandma, because that's what a lot of these women do. They want to say, oh, I got to go get money. I got to host in a club and this and that, but that's not the only way to make money. And then when your looks or you have another baby, like, what are you going to do then?
But she said it only happened once. It's not like she's continually doing it. You're allowed to live. Like, a child doesn't, like, just strain you.
But why is it a last minute thing? Why are you calling something at the last minute like, I'm going to L.A.? You supposed to plan
there is that part. As far as that's what I'm saying, communication. That's why she should have direct contact. I'm just saying.
All right, you guys, let us know what you think in the live chat. This is my favorite part of the show. You already know what it is. Guess that bar. This is where I read the lyrics in monotone.
This is where I get to cheat, so definitely put in the comments of what y'all think the song should be.
Oh, yes. I have 3 songs for you. I know you're going to get them. And let's get right into it. I'm going to read it in monotone. Let's go. I like a long hair, thick red bone. Open up her legs, then filet mignon. I'ma get in and on. If she let me in, I'ma own that. Going through it back and bust it open like you supposed to.
Why do I know this? Oh my gosh.
You know it.
Oh my gosh. No, when you said that first part, why do I know this? No.
Come on, 3, 2.
What is it, y'all?
1. It's Young Money, Every Girl in the World.
Yes!
Oh yeah, you got it wrong. So basically, I chose this song because this is like typical rap. I like a long hair, thick red bone. Telling you, I want somebody light skinned. This is what they're putting out there, and this is why a lot of girls feel like they're not beautiful, and it's not right. You guys embrace us.
What about you like your curly hairs?
Right? Tell them you like a girl with an afro or something.
A little bit of something.
All right. Look at the way we live. I wasn't hiding from my kid. I was hiding my kid from the world. From empty souls who just wake up and look to the bait. Until you start at your seed, you can never relate. Breaking news in my life, I don't run to the blogs. The only ones I want to tell are the ones I can call. Hey,
who is it, y'all?
Hey.
It
3,
like
2,
Drake.
1. It's Drake, but you don't know the name of the song.
Maybe because I knew his life story and I heard the lyrics.
Right, you know, he was hiding the kid from the world. So you don't know the song. It's Emotionless.
Emotional.
This was off his latest album, Scorpion. And he was talking about hiding his baby.
I got an artist, so I get a half point. Boom.
People always hiding stuff. you got half of it. All right, let's do this. No Master P. 10 bad bees and they after me. One bad bit look like a masterpiece. Looking for a dunk like an athlete. Big drip, what you call it? Ice chain, pure water.
Oh. Lawrence Ray said Little Kim.
Little Kim? Wait, what song are you talking about? I don't know. That is not right. It's not Little Kim. It's Pure Water by the Migos and DJ Mustard.
You did me wrong.
Lawrence, don't listen to him. Don't listen to Lawrence. But thank you for tuning in for another episode of Guess That Bar.
Guess That Bar.
Until next time, you get half a point out of 3.
Boop. High five, y'all. We got half a point.
Y'all gotta help Lanisha out every week, okay?
I don't have Jay with me today, so I don't know.
All right, now we're gonna get into the trending tweets. These are the top tweets of the people who are super fans of Love and Hip Hop ATL. So let's get right into our first tweet from Belle Rideau. She said, Love and Hip Hop is basically a series of cautionary tales about the worst case scenarios that can occur when you get pregnant. I think this is true. It's like you should know what to do before having a baby with a creep squad guy. Like, these guys are creeps.
Most definitely. I mean, it's not like she meant to have a baby.
Who?
With Jasmine.
And who else?
Everybody.
Everybody on here, Mimi, everybody's having
They
issues
got like
with their baby daddy.
7,000 kids.
Lord, Rashida, look what she's going through. Like, it's a cautionary tale, ladies. Make sure you get married first. Make sure your man is satisfied. Make sure that...
Just make sure you're prepared and just, I mean, they right. Look at Love and Hip Hop and you'll know what you got to deal with.
I don't know.
Be ready.
I mean, yeah.
If you got to have a kid, be ready.
It's sad. All right, last night in Pattery, he says, Mimi, you're black, but you're light-skinned, period. People forget race and colorism are completely different things. Like racism is socioeconomic privilege and discrimination between different races. Colorism is the struggles and privilege within the same race. Example for black people. So light-skinned people sometimes get treated a little better, and I think everyone agrees. Like, it's true.
And speaking of which, shout out to Lisa Morris, 1966. I saw you, girl.
Hey, girl.
She was commenting saying, I used that bleaching cream from Jamaica, and it really lightened you up, but I stopped because it was too much. So Lisa, let us know, like, from using that, was it because of society or what made you want to use the cream? I just want to know your opinion.
All right, and we have another tweet from Queen of Pink. And Kirk got all these concerns about her partying, but you had a baby by a young girl. Are you surprised? Kirk is probably her mama's age. True, true, true. I mean, I just feel like you got to wrap it up. You weren't prepared for this, to have a baby by the outside girl.
But I mean,
when you're married.
I feel like a lot of guys, that's why ladies don't always depend on like the guy to, carry it.
Girl.
Y'all gotta be protecting yourselves.
I don't even think it was about her protecting it. She wanted the meal ticket. These girls want a meal ticket. They want to be on TV. They want a baby daddy that's gonna pay their rent. Because Kirk was spending, like he said, he's spending a lot of money now. He had her in a condo in the same place him and Rashida were. You know what I mean? Like she was living it up on his dime because she was quiet. But as soon as she started
living
talking,
that creep squad life. That's
girl,
what I'm saying.
Oh my goodness. And the last tweet from Betty Petty Boop. They stay doing music videos for songs I've never heard of. And that goes out to Made Man. We never heard your song. But hopefully, now that you're on Love and Hip Hop, we'll get a little more from you. And we're going to get right into our news and gossip.
Yes. News and gossip. Okay, so before we get into the gossip section, let's take a moment for rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Yeah. Nipsey and Lauren London was honestly the real Love and Hip Hop, the real definition. Because he did so much for the community, so much more. And as you know, like he had his memorial and his kids spoke, Lauren London spoke. So shout out to you guys. Like, you guys are very strong about that. And shout out to the community actually taking a step in the right direction. Did you see the basketball court that they made?
Yes, the basketball court. And they're also, I think they passed a law or a bill where he's going to be named on the street corner of Crenshaw and Slauson as well.
That's what's up, you guys.
So making an impact for sure. And we want to see more of that. And I think that's what Spice is trying to do, make an impact.
Pretty much. All right, so next. Ooh, you guys. As we know, on this season, we see Moniece with Scrap, but that might not be who she's with now. As I was being nosy on their page, I saw both on Moniece's story and AD, you remember her girlfriend, her old girlfriend? They were on a little date. They were holding hands together, and there was a little bit of action going on, saying bae. Hashtag
oh
bae.
my goodness. So Moniece, I don't know what's going on there. How are we switching back and forth from a guy to a girl? What, we can't be so indecisive.
She's, she's bisexual, so that's how she's switching. But I feel like we're gonna find out a lot about this season, how she's not feeling Scrap no more. But
that's why you can't get the goodies up so fast, because these guys, they're not gonna do you right, especially when they're straight from the jailhouse. They won't tell you anything to get some.
Yeah, but do you want to see Moniece and AD?
Right. I mean, they have history. I think, you know, AD was very active in Cam's life.
Right.
So, I mean, once you expose your child to so many people, that could be, you know, weird. So I think try to work it out if you can. I
hope that they did, because I actually did like them together, and it seemed like they were having issues. That was communication problem. Communication, y'all.
Yes.
All right. So next, you guys, we talked about this in episode 1 with Spice leaving her children to work and get that hustle and get the money. And she made a post hugging one of her children, and oh my gosh, it's so sad because they're both crying because they have to part ways. And a lot of people in the comment are saying that they actually could relate to Spice with how she has to tour and everything. And one of the comments I actually was asking myself, and I'm so happy they were answering, is how come the kids can't go with her?
Yeah.
And they were saying it's because of school, and they have to, you know, be regular kids.
Schools have to, I'm sorry, not schools. Kids, they need routine. So moving around, waking up early to go on set with you, like, that isn't going to work. I know some kids, they get tutoring and things like that, but that's when they're actually the kid star or something like that. And they even have laws in place for kids who are kid stars. So I think it's best for a kid to have a good routine and for them to be around, you know, kids. Because, you know, some people do homeschooling and whatever it takes for their schedule, but you don't have the same, like, social skills when you're homeschooled.
Yeah. Well, I hope that Spice is able to make it work to where she doesn't have to work as hard and to where her kids and her could be together. Because that's hard. Not a mother, but shoot, being away from my niece and nephew, that's hard. So I'm sure being a mother is even more hard.
Definitely. You have one more?
Yes, I surely do. You guys know my girl Cardi B. So she was at an event, the Swisher Sweets Awards, okay? And one of the news reporters from Variety was asking her specific questions like, would you collab with BTS? How do you feel about Donald Trump? But he had the nerve to ask her this one question. Would she ever collab with Nicki Minaj?
What did she say?
Girl, she couldn't really answer. She just responded in an awkward laugh. But he was trying to get out of it, so he was like, oh, grrr. And then she was just laughing at that. Like, she never responded. She just laughed, and he had to move on to the next question. But what do you think about that? Would you like
tried it. He tried to get the answer out of her, but I know they have real beef. It's really deep, and I know how Nicki is. She's not really trying to collaborate with Cardi, and I don't think now that Cardi has the success that she's had and the beef that they actually had, I don't think they want to collab. She threw a shoe at the girl. Like, it's hard to, like, you know, Cardi said on Love and Hip Hop, once you beef with me, you beef with me forever. So I don't think she's going to ever do a collab with Nicki Minaj. They're trying to be funny. But let's get right into our predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So what do you think is going to happen, Lanisha? I know you saw the ending trailer. What do you think is going to happen next episode?
Girl, I believe that Carly Redd, by the way, happy birthday, Carly. We still trying to guess your age, but happy birthday. I believe that she is going to have a disastrous engagement party. There's just so many things that's going on. You having too many surprise guests coming to her engagement. I feel bad. Do a do-over, girl.
Well, Scrap and Tommy were seen tonguing each other down. I think that is the end of Moniece and Scrap. She sees that through her friend, and Moniece isn't having it. That's what made her go back to AD. And I think Shay Mack exposing Carly at her engagement party, we're going to find out that she really did do something with this Pooh lady. And Shay Mack knows what the deal is. But I also think Shay Mack is going to end her DJ career by doing this, because you can't be that messy, girl. She hired you, and you're going to blow up her spot. It doesn't go down like that. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Love and Hip Hip Hop ACL. I'm your host, Miss Conversation Piece. You can follow me on Instagram at MISS Conversation Piece, and you can check me out on the Barry After Show panel and the last episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Check me out there.
What's up, you guys? You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lanisha, spelled LANISHA. 914, okay?
All right, that's it for us. Signing off. Bye. See you next week.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.